Hi guys, today I'm going to take a slightly different track. Over the last couple of years I've had people asking about how do you write a book. Now I've heard other people say all you need to do is sit down and write. And while that sounds like a really obvious answer, it's really not the truth. When you're writing a book, you need to know what you're writing about. You need to have an idea. Okay? Now, if I was to show you my bookshelf, which is behind me, if you see some of the On the Run videos, you'll see all the books that are there. And that's not including the ones that are in boxes that I've already read and put away. I've spent years learning. Learning through reading, learning through listening, learning through conferences, and learning especially through doing. Okay? All that experience is now in here. And I get the opportunity to write it down. And I enjoy doing that. It's one of my real passions, writing. I get lost in writing very quickly. But if you want to become a writer yourself, then you need to be learning about what it is you want to write about. Now, big lover of science fiction. Again, if you've seen the On the Run videos, you'll see that I've got the science fiction books all up there. There's another stack over to this side at the moment, which I'm probably going to be giving away to a second-hand bookshop. But the thing that comes down to it is, I'm not a science fiction writer. Oh, I have ideas on those sorts of things, but I'm not that type of writer. I am better at writing books on moral authority leadership and those sorts of things. So that's what I stick to. So how did I actually get started? First, I started learning. Second, I started writing small articles, 500 words. Now, if you've never written a 500-word article, don't think about writing a 30,000 word book. You can't do it. And you need to learn how to actually write that and get that structure going from the start to the end. How do you start it? How do you end it? All those sorts of things. There are books out there you can read on that. I've never done it. All right. You've got to read it. You've got to read, learn what you're going to write 500 words. Then you've got to edit it. That's the other thing. You need to go back and edit that article. And that's the dull, boring part. All right. That's the repetition, dull, boring part. You learn from it. Then you go back and you write another one. I was writing somewhere around 500 articles a week when I first started writing. That took a lot of effort and it wasn't easy. Okay? And I'm not saying that it's going to be easy. Once you've written 500 words and you know what you're talking about, you've learned a bit more, you'll start to find that you're actually writing more than 500 words. 500 is no longer enough. And then you start to move on to small little books. Okay? And a small little book is not a problem. Don't knock yourself out because you don't have 300-400 pages. 150, 200 pages, they're great books. I've read a lot like that with a lot of information. I've read less pages. Who Moved My Cheese? A lot less pages. Great book. Okay? And that's it. You just sort of, I just sort of put out the ideas of what I want, almost in dot point, start filling in those dot points, realize that that's going to become a chapter, move it to there, move it to there, move everything around, and then just start filling in the blank spaces. Now, I'm not a fast writer. It takes me months. One book I've been mucking around with for a couple of years. So it takes a while. Don't think you're going to be doing this overnight and you're going to sit down today and have a book out tomorrow. Okay? You need to write it. Then you need to go back and double check all the editing and put in a whole range of different things. Then you go back and you've got to listen. I listen to the book speak to me. The computer allows me to do that. So the book reads it back to me and I pick up all the other spelling mistakes. And then I do all the formatting and then there's a lot to it. And it's not a problem if you learn how to do that on a 500-word article. Start small, go to the big. And that's the same with all moral authority leadership. Or business. You start small to go big. Don't think you're going to jump in at this end and be here by tomorrow. You're going to work your way up, slowly but surely. And that's what I've been doing over the years. Everything's the same. All right? I hope that gives some people an idea on how to actually start writing a book. I'm passionate about doing those sorts of things and I love talking about it, but I won't take up too much of your time today. So have a great and fantastic day.